April 2026, we will see the biggest change to the UK tax system in decades. If you're new to my channel, I'm Kiran. I'm a qualified chartered accountant and experienced tax professional. Because there's not long to go until the change, this is an update video to one that I made last year so that I can tell you exactly what you need to do to prepare. First of all, let's quickly cover what's changing. The change that we're talking about is a new system called Making Tax Digital for income tax. And essentially, this is all about sending real-time information to HMRC, but it only applies to sole traders and landlords. So it means that you will have to make a quarterly submission to HMRC, updating them of your income and expenses for that quarter. And then you will send a final declaration by the 31st of January and have to pay your tax by that date as well. So that bit hasn't changed because that is already the existing deadline for your tax return. But what has changed is this requirement to update HMRC as the tax year goes on as to how much money your business or your properties are earning. And all of this is because of a tax gap of £5 billion, which is how much HMRC say that they are missing out on in the self-assessment process. Presumably because some people will be guessing their income and expenses at the end of the year. There will be people out there who are not keeping good records, maybe writing things down on bits of paper and then making estimates. So HMRC are trying to make sure that everybody gets more organised, and clearly they want to reduce that tax gap. Making tax digital for income tax will impact you if you are a sole trader or a landlord and you earn over the qualifying income threshold. So this is all about income, not about profit. So if you made £50,000 of qualifying income in the tax year from 6th of April 2024 to the 5th of April 2025, then you need to start using Making Tax Digital from April 2026. That means that you need to start keeping digital records, which I'll get to in a minute, and you need to make those quarterly updates along with your final declaration at the end of the year. And then the thresholds start to decrease and more people will get captured and be required to use the new system. So then if you make £30,000 of qualifying income from the 6th of April 2025 to the 5th of April 2026, then you need to use Making Tax Digital from April 2027. And then if you earn £20,000 of qualifying income from the 6th of April 2026 up to the 5th of April 2027, then you'll fall into the new system from April 2028. So I think you can see that more and more people are going to be required to use Making Tax Digital if you've got any kind of revenue generating business or side business, or you're a landlord. So it's really important that you have an awareness of this new system and of what you need to do as you exceed the qualifying threshold, because HMRC aren't going to send you a ton of reminders. They will write to you to tell you about the system if they think that you will exceed the qualifying income threshold, but there's every chance that you won't see any communications, particularly if you are a new business or if you were loss making and now you're about to start making a lot more income. So it's really important that you do have an awareness, because you will need to register for Making Tax Digital yourself. HMRC are not going to make the registration for you. There's not that much time to get organised, especially if you need to start using this new system from April this year, but there is still enough time to get that software that you need that I mentioned earlier. So it's really important that you get software that is compatible with the new system. I've gone through this journey recently and I decided to sign up with Xero, because Xero is HMRC recognized software and it is compliant with the system and it's already trusted by millions of businesses. And for full transparency, this part of the video is sponsored by Xero, but I genuinely do use this software. I think it's incredibly easy and straightforward to use, and I wouldn't suggest it to you if I didn't think that it was. I also love that you can choose from a range of plans. So if you don't need a particularly complex plan, then you can go for the cheapest option, which will allow you to get your records digitalized and enable you to make those quarterly updates to HMRC and then the final declaration at the end. And if you wanted to just go for that, then Xero have an option that's £7 a month. But if you use my link in the description, or it's on screen now, then you can actually get that plan for 70p a month at the time of making this video for 6 months, which is incredibly affordable for an award-winning software. And even if you don't have to use the Making Tax digital system from April this year, it's still worth getting organized, because at some point, if you've got a successful business or you are a landlord, then it's likely that you will exceed that qualifying income threshold at some point along the line. So it's probably easier to get ahead and to get the software that you need and to link up your business bank account with that software so that it's already running and making all of your records digital, because it will pull through your income and your expenses. And then when you are required to make those quarterly updates, hopefully it will be a lot more seamless. If you are mandated to use Making Tax Digital for income tax from April 2026 because your qualifying income exceeded 50k for the 24-25 tax year, then you need to register for Making Tax Digital with HMRC, and you will use your self-assessment login details in order to register. I'm going to leave a link in the description so that you can go and check it out if you need to, and you can get registered. After you've done that, you need to authorize your software, because like I said, you have to use MTD, Making Tax Digital, compliant software. And HMRC do have a software finder tool that you can use on their website. So you would answer a series of questions about the kind of income that you will be reporting, and then HMRC will generate a list of providers that are compatible. Like I said, my software of choice is Xero. And if you use my link, then you can obviously get the huge discount and pay just 70p a month for the first 6 months, which is the offer at the time of filming. But you can use any software that you want to use, as long as it's compatible, obviously. If you do miss deadlines, then you will start to rack up penalty points. And when you get 4 penalty points, that will turn into a financial penalty. There's really no need to start racking up the penalty points, because it's really easy to be compliant. It's just a case of getting organized. I think, yes, it's a bit annoying at first, but once you are set up with a software provider, it should be quite seamless. So if you are mandated from April 2026, then you are keeping digital records for the 26-27 tax year. That's the 6th of April 2026 to the 5th of April 2027. And you will have a series of deadlines that you need to meet in relation to Making Tax Digital in 2026. And I'm going to put a list of those dates on screen now. So you will need to start keeping your digital records with your software provider. You'll have to make your Q1 submission, your Q2 submission, and then you'll have other deadlines that you need to meet in 2027, but I'm not going to go into these because I think it's just too much information and it gets overwhelming. But I will leave a link in the description if you want to check out all of the deadlines for the April 2026 cohort, because HMRC have got a very helpful webpage on this, so you can have a look at that in your own time. So in terms of next steps, the first thing you need to do if you're a sole trader or a landlord is figure out if you have breached the qualifying income threshold for 2024, 2025, because if you have, then you need to act a little bit more quickly. You then need to register for Making Tax Digital on the government website. You then need to get your compatible software, link up your business bank account, make sure that all of your transactions are pulling through, and then start to make your updates to HMRC. And one more thing, I write tax articles for a national network of accountants called Tax Assist. I wrote an article on making tax digital, which I will leave a link to in the description. There's going to be loads of links in that description, but I'll try and make it obvious which one relates to which thing. But that article will set out what I've said in this video in simple English. So if you need more information, then please do check out that article and have a look at Tax Assist if you need some help with your tax affairs. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because it helps my channel to grow so that I can continue making videos, and I will see you next time.